Variables are like containers. They hold information. In C programming, you use variables a lot. They're very important. Think of a variable like a box. You can put things in the box. You can take things out of the box. Variables help your program remember things. This is very useful for making programs. Variables have names. You choose the names. Good names help you understand your code. Before you use a variable, you must declare it. This is a fundamental step in programming, as it sets up a space in memory for the variable. This tells the computer to create the variable, making it ready for use in your program. To declare a variable, you need to specify its type and give it a name. For example, in many programming languages, you might write something like this. This line of code declares a variable named age of type int. The type int stands for integer, which means the variable can hold whole numbers. Int means integer, which is a whole number. Declaring the type helps the computer understand what kind of data it will be working with. Now you can assign a value to the variable, which means giving it an initial value to store. This line assigns the value 25 to the variable age. Assigning a value is crucial because it initializes the variable with data that can be used later in the program. By declaring and assigning variables properly, you ensure that your program runs smoothly and efficiently, avoiding potential errors and bugs. C has different data types for different kinds of information. Some common ones are for whole numbers like 10, 25, or -5. These are called integers and are represented by the int data type. For numbers with decimals like 3.14 or -2.5, these are known as floating point numbers and are represented by float or double. For single characters like A, B, or A, these are represented by the char data type. You can use the printf function to display the values of variables. Here's an example. This code will print age 25, height 1.75. The printf function uses format specifiers to determine how to display the data. The %d, %f, and %c are format specifiers. They tell printf how to format the output. For example, %d is used for integers, %f for floating point numbers, and %c for characters. By using these format specifiers, you can control the way your data is presented. This is especially useful when you need to display complex data in a readable format. Understanding data types and how to use printf is fundamental in C programming. When you declare a variable, you are essentially telling the computer to set aside a specific portion of its memory to store a value. This is a fundamental concept in programming. The computer allocates a small amount of memory to store its value. This allocation is crucial because it ensures that the data can be accessed and manipulated efficiently. The amount of memory allocated depends on the data type of the variable. For instance, an integer might require 4 bytes of memory, while a character might only need 1 byte. That's it. You've learned about variables in C. Understanding how memory allocation works is key to writing efficient code. Now it's your turn to practice. Open your code editor and start experimenting with variable declarations. Try declaring variables of different data types, assign them values, and print them using the appropriate functions. Experiment with different operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. See how the computer handles these operations with different data types, like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Pay attention to how the results vary based on the data types you use. Keep learning and keep experimenting. The more you practice, the more intuitive these concepts will become. The more you practice, the better you'll become at programming. Remember, every expert was once a beginner. Keep pushing forward and enjoy the journey of learning to code.